my next tip of things you can do right now to improve your law firm. One actually is check back on old leads. That's something that, you know, what I've found when I look at all of the marketing that I do for myself is that I would say out of all the people that contact me, only maybe 1 or 2% actually will hire us on the first go. And there's a lot of lawyers that, you know, the lawyers that we run their social media campaigns for, especially, we see this because we're involved with their direct direct marketing. Very few people ever will contact you on the will contact you and then hire you on the first time. A lot of times you have to follow up with people, and there's a lot of gold in those hills if you go back and touch base with people and follow up with leads that didn't end up hiring you. And you know, I learned this when I was in college. I used to transfer people's VHS tapes over to DVD. And it's funny, what I would do is I'd go out and I'd put those yard signs up and I'd handwrite transfer your VHS tapes to DVD and my phone number. And I would get like ridiculous amounts of phone calls. And I remember the first 2 weeks, I just got a ridiculous amount of phone calls. The phone kept ringing. I was like, and they're like, oh my God, I've been looking for this. This is amazing. I'm going to go home. I've got an entire box of VHS tapes sitting in my attic, and I'm going to go home and I'm going to call you back and we're going to do this. You know, I'm going to finally get this done. And then I would never hear from them again. And I was getting so frustrated because like the first 2 days I was so excited because I got so many phone calls and nobody ever called me back. I was like, what the hell is going on? So for some reason, I was smart enough to do this, and I don't know why. I actually kept track of everyone that called, and I actually kept their phone number, their name, and I kept notes on it. So like 2 weeks later, I got kind of pissed off, and I was like, hey, why didn't you do, like you said you were going to do this? Why did you do this? Why didn't you contact me? And they're like, oh my God, I've been looking for your phone number. So that weekend I went back, I called like 200 people, and I made like $5,000 that weekend just from following, like one simple phone call, following up with people. And that taught me that like follow-up is key. So many times people will contact you and then life will just happen and they'll just lose your phone number, or that, you know, I mean, that's a big part. A lot of times they can't find you again, or they can't, you know, if they just went to Google and searched something and then ended up on your website and called you, they might not be able to find your phone number again. So it's imperative that you follow up with them, because if you shake those trees, money will fall out. I promise you it will. And I mean, you got to remember, when I was in, you know, you're a broke college kid and all of a sudden you make $5,000. I mean, I might as well have won the lottery, you know? So that was the biggest thing. And now we do that on, you know, client websites, all that type of stuff. We throw Google and Facebook remarketing pixels. Google's a little tricky with remarketing because they don't allow you to remarket things that are sensitive. So like, for example, if you're a family law attorney, Google will not allow you to, basically it's kind of like something that you wouldn't want your boss to see. They won't let you remarket unless they change that, but that's how it used to be. So we typically don't do that. So that's a good one, is check back on old leads, because you'll probably get some stuff out of there.